This woman gave birth to a strange child. Not only did he learn to speak in a day, but he also immediately called her name.
Rowan?
Rowan thought it was her special ability affecting the child, but unexpectedly just 3 days later, the boy started growing at an alarming rate. Soon he looked like a 5 or 6 year old, and his appetite was enormous, and his temper was extremely violent. But after all, he was her own flesh and blood, so Rowan had to patiently tolerate him. But while she was busy doing housework, an elderly member of the family suddenly appeared. She said she sensed an unknown power. She gave Rowan a piece of advice. In fact, Rowan herself knew that the child might be from the witch's enemy, Rochelle. Although she didn't carry him for 10 months, he was still born from her body. To figure out how much of Rochelle's soul remained, she used her powers on the boy for the first time, but the result was quite normal. The boy's body was just like any normal person. Rowan made a note of this situation, but left a question mark next to the word human. While deep in thought, the boy's scream suddenly came from the bedroom. She immediately reacted with her maternal instinct, and used her powers to open the door. But what she never expected was, the boy had grown even bigger. This clothes had just been bought a few days ago. As time passed, the boy kept growing, and his mind was developing as well. At the rebellious age of 15 or 16, he even found a doll in the basement. Rowan was immediately terrified upon seeing this, because the demon Rochelle had once inhabited it. She tried to take the doll away, but the boy suddenly shoved her away. In her panic, Rowan unintentionally activated her powers. Rowan quickly realized she had made a mistake, but she had no experience in dealing with a troublesome child, so she had no choice but to temporarily entrust him to the care of the elders. She then went to the hospital where she worked, to test the glass with the boy's blood on it. She wanted to see what strange things it contained, but while waiting for the test results, a little girl in a patient room caught her attention. She knew she had a terminal illness, but she was thoughtful enough not to want her mother to cry. This was in stark contrast to her rebellious son. For a moment, she felt a pang of sympathy. She used her powers to cure the little girl's terminal illness, but this treatment drained a lot of energy. As Rowan collapsed into the chair and fell asleep, the boy had grown several more years older. Now he had become a 17 or 18-year-old young man.